Hello guys, this is Pastor Jaffe just of the PC Person, and I'm glad to welcome you to day 4 of the 30 days of greatness. God has given us a prophetic word for the year. He said in this year would increase our greatness and comfort on every side. I am glad to announce to you that the mandate of increasing your greatness is tied to a set of instructions. The Bible said, if thou diligently hearken to obey all the commandments of the Lord I command you this day, that the Lord your God will set you on high above all the nations of the earth. It is in the character of God to increase you in accordance to the obedience to instructions. We must understand that instructions is how life is preserved. He said, by wisdom a house is built, by understanding it is furnished with all precious things. So the purpose for which we are gathered for these 30 days every day on this platform is so that you can receive the wisdom and the strategies of which God will have us use to increase the efficiency of this year. Believe what I tell you. Moses was the one that said, teach us to number our days, that we may apply our hearts unto wisdom. It is the application of hearts to wisdom that makes for the efficiency of days. It is not just enough to say that you've entered into 365 days. You can be lost in a crowded journey. The year has started already and there's so much activity that is happening. There's so much buzz effect that the year is carrying. You can be lost in a lot of activities and end up missing out on what God has designed for you for this year. This is why this broadcast has been arranged, to help you find structure, frame, and at the end of the day find a platform for which you can grow to become all and possible of what God has designed for you to be. I welcome you once again. Now, in the last 3 days we had looked at the basic descriptions of what greatness means, and I said to you yesterday that when it comes to the matters of greatness has a lot to do particularly with the matters of finding a place to serve your generation. That it was David that served his generation, and when he served his generation, he came into prominence. And I'm saying the same thing to say to you that if you will want to feature in what God is doing in your generation, you must learn the principle of service. But much more than that, this is something I need to establish today. You see, everyone I've seen that God has used in a generation, there were keys, there were indicators that showed that these were people that God will work with to establish his intent for a generation. There will be signs, there will be tokens to show. And today I want to talk about the tokens of greatness. He says in the book of Exodus chapter 4 from verse 1 to verse 5, and Moses answered and said, but behold, they will not believe me, nor hearken unto my voice, for they will say, the Lord has not appeared unto thee. And the Lord said unto him, what is that in thy hand? And he said, a rod. And he said, cast it on the ground. And he cast it on the ground, and it became a serpent, and Moses fled from before it. And the Lord said unto Moses, put forth thy hand and take it by the tail. And he put forth his hand and caught it, and it became a rod in his hand. He said, that they may believe that the Lord God of their fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob had appeared unto them. Now, in the book of 2 Kings 4 verse 2, it says, and Elisha said unto her, what shall I do for you? Tell me. He said, what hast thou in the house? She said, I had not anything in the house save a pot of oil. Now you know the rest of the story. It was that pot of oil that saved that woman from death for the rest of her generation. It was that rod that became the tool for the working of miracles in Egypt and for bringing Israel into the promised land. I'm saying to you that there has got to be a unique gift that becomes the reason for why you can come into greatness. Greatness is not gotten by just prayers and fasting. There's got to be something God will highlight upon for which he will make you great. He said in the book of Psalm 92 verse 10, my horn shall thou exalt as the horn of the unicorn, and I shall be anointed with fresh oil. There's got to be something. You may not even know that thing. You may be gifted and skilled with so many things, but there will be something God will choose to alight upon, that he will say, this is the thing I want to lift this year. This is what I want to increase. What I'm asking you is to find that thing. Stay on that thing. Zero down on that thing. Make sure that is the priority of this year. Don't scatter your efforts this year. Don't do many things this year. Find that thing that God will increase and stay on that thing. That's how people will come into greatness. Greatness is the reward your generation pays to you for finding what God has put upon your life and choosing to develop it. You must develop that thing. He said to Timothy, he said, I beseech you, Timothy, I say that you should stir up the gift of God that has been put upon you. At some point, he told him to not neglect it. Many people are neither stirring, neither are they giving attention to it. Some of us are neglecting it, others are not even stirring it. You must never be caught in between the both places, not stirring and neglecting. You must not despise what God has put inside of you. He said that we have this treasure that has been put inside earthen vessels, that the excellence of power may not be of us but of God. Now, it is God's strategy that nobody that came into the world came in empty-handed. You did not come empty, you did not come barren. It is that thing God has put inside of you that becomes the basis for which you must be known and recognized in the generation. I want to beseech you today. I want to ask you a question. Have you found that thing? And just in case you've not found that thing, I want to beseech you that you will not leave this broadcast today without making a demand. Oh God, what have you put upon my life for my generation? It is that thing that He puts upon your life that can become the reason for why you will be known in the generation. He said the Lord sent a word unto Jacob. He lighted upon Israel. It is that word, it is that thing, that grace, that ability, that endowment that has been put upon your life that becomes the basis for which you can be known in a generation. You will not be known because of doing what everybody is doing. It is okay to be inspired by what other persons are doing. It's okay to be motivated by what other persons are doing. But deep down on the inside, there's got to be something about your life that God has chosen to animate. He said, you will exalt my horn and you will fill me with fresh oil. The basis for fresh oil is because there's a horn that has been exalted. If there is no horn, there can be no basis for fresh oil to come. I want to remind you again that very importantly, until you begin to tend that horn God has put upon your life, a generation cannot come to witness the things God has put upon your life. John 1:5 says there was a man sent from God and his name was John. He was sent not as the light but to bear witness. If God has sent you to bear witness in a territory, in a generation, there will be tokens, and the first of them is that gift of God that is put upon the inside of you. You have to find it, you have to utilize it, you have to harness it. My assignment tomorrow will be to show you the ways and the avenue for which God will require that you go through to make that gift of God upon your life find full expression. I hope you know that what made Daniel relevant was not because he was part of the captives, was not because he was a Jew. It was because of something, that unique gift. He stayed on it. What made Joseph relevant in his strange land was that unique gift. There's got to be something on your life that will bring greatness to you. Joseph did not just learn how to interpret dreams. Joseph did not even get promoted because he interpreted dreams, because he had the wisdom behind the interpretation of dreams. If he just interpreted dreams, all that would have happened would have been that Pharaoh would have said, oh, you did a good job. I mean, praise that you interpreted dreams. Let's make you the head of the magicians. But he said to him, find a man. Find a man. He knew they would not find a man that can bring the wisdom I am bringing to the table now. He knew they would not find that man. I am saying to you very importantly that you have to be that man that God can find in a generation that can bring clarity, persuasion to a generation. I love you so very much, and I'll come your way tomorrow. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button. Do well to invite your friends and loved ones. Share this particular broadcast, with someone who knows is sleeping on a bicycle this year. Tell the person it's time to wake up. You can't sleep on this thing this year. God bless you, and I'll see you tomorrow.